Hey guys, so I'm super excited to kick off this Halloween season with a really classic makeup tutorial slash costume, Wednesday Addams. Obviously like a young adult version because I don't look like I'm 10. I think the most iconic part of this costume obviously is the black dress with the white collar. These are pretty easy to find, so I'm just going to start off with my foundation, my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and it exploded all over my desk, so that was fun. Good little start to this tutorial. Anyways, that is in the shade Vanilla, and I'm also mixing this with the Manic Panic Dream Tone white foundation to make it a little bit more pale than I already am. I bought this on Amazon, but I think you can find it at Hot Topic too. I know there are plenty of white foundation mixers. So anyways, I'm just mixing those two together and then buffing that foundation into my skin using the BH Cosmetics foundation brush. That's from their marble brush set. I use that brush set all the time. It's so good. And then to whiten my face up a little bit more and to bring some certain features of my face forward, I'm going to highlight using the oh my god, I always say Tarte Shape Tape, not Shart, okay? Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm highlighting the areas of my face that I want to bring forward just to add a little bit more dimension and also cover up those eye bags and dark circles while I'm doing this, just blending it out with a flat little Moda brush. So I apply that under my eyes, on my chin, and on the center of my forehead. And then I'm also taking a wet beauty sponge and I'm just going to blend all that concealer in even further with my foundation. For the powder, I'm going to be using the RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm just going to bake with this, so I'm applying some pretty heavily until I almost choke on it under my eyes, just to bake that under eye area, and this also helps to brighten it a little bit more too. I want it to look super pale. And then I'm also applying that on my forehead and chin, and after that's been sitting there for a while, I'm just going to dust that off with a big brush. For contour, I'm actually going to use this eyeshadow from the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. And I'm just taking this on a little Wet n Wild brush, and I'm just pretty dramatically contouring out my cheekbones. I wanted it to look pretty sunken in, I guess. Kind of like ghostly, almost. So I'm applying that shadow pretty heavily as a contour on my cheekbones, and then also blending that up towards my temples. So now I'm going to pop on a wig. You could use your own hair if you want to. I didn't want to use my own. I wanted to use a black wig, so I'm going to pop on that really cute wig cap. And then I forgot where I got this wig, but it is a dark brown, almost black. And it's parted down the middle, which is perfect for Wednesday. And I'm just going to start braiding that hair right below my ears on either side. I don't think you have to get a wig for this if you don't already have long black hair. I think you can do it no matter what your hair looks like, and it'll still get the point across, especially if you have this dress. So moving on to the eyebrows, I wanted them to be a bit straighter than mine, and I'm using a dark brown eyebrow pencil by NARS, just filling those in. This look is inspired by Christina Ricci's Wednesday Addams look, not the original one. So I was kind of trying to make my eyebrows more the shape of hers, even though mine aren't like hers at all. I just wanted to make them a little bit straighter and more dramatic than mine already are. So Wednesday has a widow's peak, which is that point of hair that comes down in the middle by the part, and I don't have that, so I'm just going to draw that in really easily and quickly with some black eyeshadow. For the eyes, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Cover Shop palette in Punked, which is an all cool toned palette. I'm going to take this gray over here on a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to focus this on the outer portion of the eye. I wanted to use some techniques that would make my eyes look a lot bigger and more open, so I'm applying that on the outer portion just to add some dimension, and then blending that about 2/3 of the way, almost all the way across the crease. And then I'm using a bigger clean brush just to soften that up so it's not as dark. Taking that same shade, I'm going to bring it underneath the lower lash line, but I'm actually tracing like the shape of my eyeball. So technically it's a little bit lower than I would normally put the eyeshadow under there, but I wanted to make my eyes look rounder and bigger like I said, so I'm kind of just like going along the line of my eyeball / eye bag area to make them look bigger and a little more sunken. So taking this big matte purpley gray shade up here, I'm just going to go over the top of what we just did, kind of, just because I wanted to add a little bit more dimension and color, mostly focusing this on the outer portion of the eye and just blending it over slightly into the crease, not as far as that previous shade. This is a little bit darker than that other gray we used, so this is just going to make it look a little more dramatic. And you can really do whatever you want to with the eyes. I was kind of winging it because obviously Wednesday doesn't really wear any eye makeup, but this is just what I pictured that she would wear if she was a little bit older. So I'm also bringing that just slightly underneath the lower lash line following that previous shade. And to brighten up the eyes a little bit, I'm going to take a matte, almost white eyeshadow and apply this to the inner corner just to brighten them up and make them look a little bit whiter. I feel like Wednesday would wear some winged liner, so I'm just going to do that really quickly with the NYX liquid liner. Nothing too crazy, but something a little bit more dramatic than like my everyday makeup. I never wear cool toned eyeshadows, but I feel like this looks really good with Wednesday's look. So if you are going to do a Wednesday, I would stick to more cool tones rather than warm tones. So I am going to add some falsies, but first I'm just going to go in with some mascara really quickly, and then I decided to go in with a white eyeliner pencil and line that bottom waterline. This is also going to make the eyes look a little bit bigger. Once I stopped crying from that and my eyes dried off completely, I'm just going to add some lashes. I didn't want to go for super dramatic lashes, but I did want to use some that kind of just like winged out at the edge. And then to highlight parts of the face a little bit more, I'm going to take this light shade from the MAC Contour and Highlight Palette, and I'm just going to bring this down the nose a little bit on the Cupid's bow and a little bit underneath the eyes to brighten it up. This isn't really a shimmery highlight, it's almost matte, so it's not going to look weird underneath the eyes or anything. And then for the lips, I wanted to do something cool toned, so this is Grave Danger by Time Los Angeles. It's a really cool deep purpley gray. Alright you guys, so that is it for my Wednesday Addams Halloween makeup tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what other kind of Halloween looks you want me to do, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!